I'm Jeff Kacharian. Today we're talking to Natascha Dammann, founder of House of Us. Hi, Natascha.
Hi, Jeff.
So, what is House of Us?
House of Us is a nonprofit organization focusing on nurturing social empathy in 4 different key areas: education, advocacy, research, and activism. We work with the next generation in order for them to find their we and I for a better tomorrow.
And why is social empathy, as opposed to just empathy, the center of your mission?
So empathy basically is the understanding of 2 people on an individual level. Social empathy, however, is a collective understanding that leads to action, that those actions we just called civic engagements. And the core mission, of course, of House of Us is social empathy, because we do believe that without it, democracy can't sustain.
And when did the idea of House of Us take shape for you? What inspired you, particularly at this moment?
Basically, I have a background in political science and sociology, and all my life I've been very passionate about social affairs, social injustice, and in the recent years I have been very active in the Women Life Freedom Movement for democratic Iran. At that time, my belief always was that building a strong civil society basically will lead us to democracy. So fast forward, we are looking actually back at the beginning of this year, we are seeing a lot of unfortunate changes in American society. And we are witnessing, maybe for the first time, how fragile actually democracy can be. So that's when I started asking myself, how can that be? Doesn't America have a very strong civil society, and why is it failing? So then it was, there was this moment where it hit me actually hard, and I understood that a civil society without social empathy is worthless. It turns into a tool of terror and righteousness because all sides believe that the laws and the rights are on their side, and basic democratic principles are just ignored. So that's when I was asking and thinking, okay, how can we get back to it? How can we help rebuild that foundation? And what can I do? And the idea of House of Us was born.
And what personal experience shaped your understanding of what empathy or social empathy is?
So I am a kid of Germany, born in the 70s, going through the school system in the 80s. At that time, social empathy was the base of the way that we were raised, right? Social empathy was part of our daily life. It was always a sense of collectiveness, a sense of if we as a whole succeed, I will succeed. If I think about myself, I do think about you. If you need a helping hand, I have the duty to give you a helping hand. So that was something, it was just a given, right? The we was bigger than the I when I was a child and grew up. For an example, so no kid likes to clean their room. I didn't like it. However, a group of friends in 3rd or 4th grade, we always would stay after school to clean the classroom, the shared space that we would be using every day when we were learning. And we did it with so much joy and passion. And I actually think that was a very important thing that we were doing. But the most important was my 5th grade teacher, Mr. Kunert. He was the first person that taught me and my classmates, so basically all of us, that our opinion matters, that our voice had value. And he was also the one who took us to our first protest. Is it the environment? Was it atomic energy? It didn't matter. He taught us that we collectively can make a change. And I do think that was the seed specifically in me that shaped who I am the person today and always have been in life. Because civil responsibility, it wasn't a choice. It just was who we are.
In your responses and stories you've shared with us thus far, there's a sense that you feel that the world has failed to show empathy, not only to others, but to you personally. Was there a time in your life when you felt the power of being understood, or the pain of not being understood?
Well, Jeff, just let's look around. The world is in turmoil. There's conflict and cruelty all over the world. It's not limited to one country specifically. We are actually seeing a global pattern of humanity and empathy failing. We have become numb to the pain and suffering of others, and it's never been that evidence that social empathy is failing. So we feel powerless. However, on the other hand, we see collective actions taken. We see people uniting, speaking up against racism, injustice, cruelty. And the real power of the people really shine through those kinds of moments. And that's what empowers me. And specifically, it gives me a lot of hope for the future.
Thank you, Natascha. That was really informative.
Thank you, Jeff.
To learn more about House of Us, check out the description and the links below. See you soon.